Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new Florida Lottery $5 Monopoly Secret Vault ticket. This is part of the July 2024 series of tickets that came out this past week in Florida. And this one is a number match game, and there are a few symbols you can find here. There is a Mr. Monopoly for an auto win. There is a ship for a 5 times your prize. There's a car for 10 times your prize. And if you find the ghost symbol, you win an instant $200. And then you've got your bonus spots up here where if you can find a light bulb in the first one, you win 10 bucks. If you find the water spigot in the second one, you win 20 bucks. And if you can find the train in the third one, you win $50. Now, I will also mention that this is a second chance drawing ticket, and that always raises red flags with me because it seems like what states like to do is when they have a second chance drawing ticket, they pull money out, and so the payout's usually lower than a normal ticket, and then the second chance prizes are never, ever even close to making up the money that the state takes out of the ticket. So typically these have less value than a normal ticket, so we'll see what happens with this one. But here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the Florida Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 3.95. And it looks like you can win anywhere from $5 up to $1 million on this game. So I really do like that they put the huge top prize on these $5 tickets. However, the odds are very, very long. Too long, in my opinion. So 1 in almost 6.5 million. It should be more like, I don't know, 1 in 3 million or 1 in 2.5 million or somewhere between 1 in 2 to 3 million. So they, the odds of winning this are probably twice as high or maybe even 3 times as high as they should be. The rest of the prize structure, nothing too crazy standing out. So we will mention taxes. In Florida, for any prize over $5,000, they're automatically going to take out 24% in taxes. I don't view that tax money as part of the value of a game, and so that is going to affect how I view the top prize. So instead of $1 million, I'm going to view this top prize as $760,000. And with that adjusted prize amount, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 69 and 70%. And, this ticket does not reach the minimum 70% payout that we look for every ticket. It's close, but it's a $5 ticket. I mean, it should be well over the minimum 70%. So, at 69% payout, this is definitely a thumbs down for me. I would never play this ticket. I would never play a ticket that has less than 70% payout. We look for 70% because states can make plenty of money in that 70% range. And then it's, the state's making money and it's fair to you. For the Florida Lottery to put out a $5 ticket at 69% payout is not fair to you. They're keeping more money than they need to. In fact, it's almost like a slap in the face. It's so disrespectful to the customer for a state to put out any ticket at below 70% payout. So I would not play this. I don't recommend that you play it. The other thing that we do need to mention about the 69% payout is that it does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are going to see 69% payout on this game. And so what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning those top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens here at the $100 prize level. And once again, I would not play this myself, and I don't recommend that anybody play this, but we know there are going to be people who play it. So for those people who do play it, when they do win, if they're just average luck type players, they're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $5 and $100. There at the $100 prize level, there is a split. It's about 79 to 21. So well over half, 79% of these $100 prizes fall here in the bottom of the prize structure and will be available for average folks. The other 21% though are going to join the rest of these prizes to make up the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move that decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that it's about 1 in every 395 tickets that will have a top 1% prize on it. And what that means is that you are in almost $2,000 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. So that's really important information to note if you are thinking about playing this game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with a payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 54 and 55%. This is a really, really brutal number. We look for a minimum of 60% payout for the bottom 99% of prizes. Because, once you're down here in this 50% range, to me, it just seems like you lose your money so fast that it takes away from the fun of playing the game. And so, why be frustrated? Why buy a ticket that you're going to be frustrated all the time playing? I don't, I stay away from tickets with a bottom 99% payout below 60%. And this one's well below. So this is going to be a really harsh, really brutal ticket for a lot of people. So, there are going to be a lot of people losing a lot of money on this game. Now here on this page, we are tracking the increases and decreases in Florida $5 tickets. The data point for Monopoly Secret Vault is all the way over here on the right. So you can see after 3 months in a row of basically the same payout, Florida Lottery did pull value out of this. And, they're going to try to justify that by saying, well, this is a second chance drawing. You get your money back in that or you get the payout. The payout that we took out is involved in that second chance drawing, but trust me, it's never going to make up the amount of money that they have taken out. So, when looking over the price, well, first of all, let me mention the decrease. I always recommend don't play the ticket when there's a decrease in value. And the reason for that is because, with every purchase, you're communicating approval of what your state lottery is doing. In a situation like this, you don't want to communicate approval. You want to communicate disapproval. You want to tell the Florida Lottery that you don't deserve for them to take value out of the tickets. Scratch tickets are basically a tax, and they're basically raising your taxes without telling you. And so that's not fair to you, and you don't want to communicate approval for that. So this is definitely one you want to leave on the shelf just for principle, or not just for principle, but that's one of the important reasons. Now, if you are playing $5 tickets in Florida, you really don't have a lot of good options. But up here in green, you have the best ticket in every column. If you're playing for overall value, the bonus letter crossword has the best value. So that's the highest payout that we've seen, 71%, which is not good. If you're playing for odds, triple golden cherries has the best odds. If you're a more conservative player and like to hold on to as much of your money as possible, Lotteria Grand has the most money at the bottom of the prize structure, but 56% is still really, really brutal. This $5 ticket category in Florida is really basically a high roller category. I mean, there are no conservative player type tickets in Florida that you can get for $5, at least that we've reviewed on this channel. They're all high roller type tickets. So if you're not a high roller, $5 ticket category might be one that you would want to skip. And you're not missing out on anything anyways, because none of these payouts are very good. And then if you are more of a high roller type player and you like to win a little bit more money when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, Jeopardy is the highest roller ticket that you have, has the most money at the top of the prize structure. And then over here on the right, we are keeping track of top prizes as well. Now here on this page, we are ranking Florida $5 tickets based on overall payout. $69.96. By the way, $69.96 was just barely better than the $2 ticket. A $5 ticket should have quite a bit more value than a $2 ticket, but not in this case in Florida. But anyways, $69.96 was only good enough for 8th place on this list. So again, I mean, half the list is over the minimum that we look for, but 70%, 71% still not good enough for a $5 ticket. So Florida Lottery has some work to do on this $5 ticket category to really get it up to where it needs to be. But if you are playing $5 tickets in Florida, you've got lots of other options that you can play instead of this one that are better and going to give you a better value for your money. Now here on this page, we're ranking based on the bottom 99% payout. And I'm going to stress again, like these are really brutal numbers. The friendliest ticket has a bottom 99% payout of 56%. That's crazy low still for that bottom 99% payout. It's really, I mean, the people who are not winning the top prizes are really taking a beating on these $5 tickets in Florida. Um, Monopoly Secret Vault, though, is the second. I don't want to. This is not a friendly ticket, but it's the second least brutal ticket that you have in Florida for the average person, but still 54%. Um, I wouldn't play it. Now, here on this page, we get to compare $5 tickets across states. And so the top 35 $5 tickets that we've seen on the channel are on the board here. You do see a few from Florida, which means we're looking at 6 states on this channel. So this means that Florida is competitive with what New York, Texas, and it looks like California are doing. So, pretty competitive with those states. But then when you look at what Georgia's doing and what especially Massachusetts is doing, Florida is not competitive, really. But what we really want to do is focus in on Massachusetts. Massachusetts is the only state that we're looking at that treats its customers with dignity and respect in this $5 ticket category. $5 ticket category is my least favorite. States know that the $5 ticket is a convenient price point, and it seems like the states don't have a problem just ripping people off like crazy on $5 tickets. Massachusetts is the only state that has $5 ticket values where they should be, around 76%. So, respect to Massachusetts for that. But the best $5 ticket that we've seen came out of Georgia. It has 77% payout. And so we're going to stick with this, and we're going to ask the question, if Georgia can put out a $5 ticket at 77% payout and make plenty of money doing it, that's the key, then why in the world is Florida putting out $5 tickets at 69% payout? That's crazy. That's over 7.5 percentage points less than what Georgia did on this Fast 50s ticket right here. And when you think about how many tickets are involved in just one scratch game, that's a huge amount of money. I mean, one scratch game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the entire game. Multiply that by the $5 price tag, and that's $50 million wrapped up in just one scratch game. And 7.5% of 50 million is about $3.75 million that the Georgia Lottery put into the hands of its scratch players on this Fast 50s game, that the Florida Lottery is basically stealing from its players. They're keeping way more money than they need to, and players have no idea that they're doing it. I hate to see scratch players get taken advantage of, but that's what the Florida Lottery is doing on this ticket, unfortunately. Now, here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets, friendliest tickets to the average player. They have the most money in the bottom 99% of prizes. You don't see Florida on here at all, and that's because the Florida Lottery, like I said before, is more of a high roller type ticket in this $5 ticket category. So just be cautious if you're playing $5 tickets. Now, here on this page, this is to give a little bit more context as to how low the payout is on Monopoly Secret Vault, the $5 version. So the best $2 ticket that we've seen on the channel came out of Georgia, had 75% payout. That's over 5 full percentage points more than what you're getting from a more expensive ticket in Florida. The best $3 ticket that we've seen came out of Georgia. It had 71% payout. What is that? Around 2 percentage points more than what you're getting from a $5 ticket in Florida. So, this is backwards. We should never have a more expensive ticket that has less payout than cheaper tickets. It doesn't matter if it's from another state, it just shouldn't happen. And so the Florida Lottery should be embarrassed about this. They should be embarrassed that a $2 ticket has 5 percentage points more than their $5 ticket. They should be ashamed about it, and they need to stop letting that happen. Now, here on this page are the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel so far. We just have one $5 ticket on this list. So I don't know if we'll ever see another $5 ticket make it on this list. But it is possible for these $5 tickets to compete with the more expensive tickets if the state treats its customers with dignity and respect, which is what's missing in Florida. Now, here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets based on that bottom 99% payout. And here we do have a $5 ticket tops this list, which is crazy that a $5 ticket has more value in the bottom 99% of prizes than all of the 20, 30, 50, $100 tickets that we've seen come out of all these other states. Excuse me. But that's about it for the Florida Lottery $5 Monopoly Secret Vault ticket. I wouldn't play it. I think the payout's just way too low. The odds of hitting the top prize are way too long. Florida Lottery needs to just, reconsider how it's treating its customers. Treat your customers with more respect. That's my request for the Florida Lottery. Until they do, I wouldn't play $5 tickets in Florida. If you really like $5 tickets, find a Massachusetts scratcher that you like and trust, and just buy some Massachusetts $5 tickets in a group with that scratcher until Florida Lottery can get its act together and treat you better. But that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.